Welcome everybody to another episode of Auditing Auditors, and today we're talking about someone who I featured in my video last week. I'm talking, of course, about Marti Blagborough, who is here in this video standing behind Charlie. So we're talking about him because he released something very interesting. So when I said last week I was going to be making a video on Marty, I didn't think it was going to be this soon. So before we get into what we're talking about today, we have to go back 18 months ago when Marty was sentenced to 200 hours of community service. So if you don't know why Marty and others were charged, it was after they visited, I think it was Doncaster prison. And so this was the actual video. And so I'm just going to play a little bit in the background here, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So I watched this video at the time and I thought it was an interesting video. He obviously had to re-upload it now because he had to remove it at the time. There are 3 auditors on this video, and I always feel weird when there's multiple auditors together when I watch a video like that, because usually it can feel like they're ganging up on the people that are there, especially when they go to places like DJ Audit goes to an industrial park and does videos there. Sometimes it can just be one security guard, so when there's multiple auditors you can feel a little bit awkward. But here, as you can see, they immediately when they get there, they are swarmed by security guards, prison officers and security personnel, so people that work in there, and they all come out and surround all of these different people. Some of them get a little bit handsy in this video, and so a couple of times the guys have to say, don't put your hands on me, this is a publicly accessible space, which it absolutely is, which is what is so crazy about this whole story, which is why I wanted to talk about it. But I didn't really know all of the details till now. Marty has obviously updated us on what's going on. So when all this happened, as you can see here in the video, they're suddenly being surrounded by a lot of people in masks. At this point, I think I probably would have left, but they actually stand their ground. They say that they have a right to be there, it's publicly accessible, and they're not going until they've finished their videos. So a little bit later in the video, you actually see them head into the prison shop, which is publicly accessible. And you actually see Marty buy a Fanta, I think the drink of choices. He buys a drink in the prison shop. So this shop sells various items, usually grown or created at the prison. So sometimes they do like farming work and they get to actually grow stuff, and then they can sell them in this shop. So a lot of people ask me, why do you watch this content? Why is auditing so interesting to you anyway? And I would say that it's videos like this. So I actually did a study in prisons in 2016 where I went to 4 British prisons, and 2 of those prisons actually had a prison shop where you could go and buy items that they either grew in there, made in there, painted in there, or it was actually a merchandised item. But one of the prisons I went to was Earlstoke Prison, where they had a farm shop, so you could actually buy a lot of different vegetables from there. Obviously some of the vegetables go to feed in the prisoners and the staff and stuff like that, but then it also goes into this prison shop and it's sold to the general public. So I actually brought a whole feast from there, and I made a pie when I got home from that study. I still remember that pie. That was a good pie. So, you know, they do some good stuff in these shops. And in Dartmoor prison, which is like in the middle of nowhere, I actually got something quite special, which I have here with me. So I didn't steal this. I paid good money from the prison shop. So here, you probably think this is just a lovely picture of the Dartmoor moors. But in fact, it is an actual roof tile from Dartmoor prison. So that's always back there. If you ever wonder what it is, that now you know. So I find all this stuff fascinating, and I don't have the time to be going around all these different prisons and checking out their prison shops. Do you know what I mean? So it's great that auditors are out there vlogging these places, going in them and showing us what is available and what other prisons are doing with their prisoners and prison staff, and how they are funding these little projects that they have going on. So it is very interesting to see. So I love this video. So it was a shame when after this video came a huge rigmarole. Rigmarole? That's a word? I'm going to say rigmarole. And basically, Marty and the other guys were made an example out of by the court system. And so even though they never entered the prison, and as we can see there, they only go into the areas that are publicly accessible. You wouldn't be able to walk into a prison, let's be honest. You wouldn't be able to get in there. But what they did them for is they said that they were trying to smuggle a mobile phone into the jail. But they never even went close to entering that jail. So at the time, Marty actually uploaded a couple of videos where he explained what was going on. He explained the court judgment that he had to do, all this community service, and he even posted a video where he explained what he was doing and how the day one of community service went. But then all of a sudden it stopped. He didn't post any more videos. I thought that potentially they told him that he's not allowed to do it while he's doing the community service. But what I did not expect is that in February of 2024, Marty now finished his community service and his court order is all over. Now Marty can release all of his secret videos that he recorded while he was doing his community service. So this is a really, really interesting perspective that I am very much looking forward to seeing. And I think it is very interesting, his experiences here. So I'm going to be watching this every day. So I hope you guys are too.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. It's your first time around here. So, community service. 200 hours of which I am not allowed to record and make any videos at community service, otherwise I would have been in breach. So I just better be very sly and not get caught, and then I'll show you these videos after I've finished my community service. So I have to be at Bramley Methodist Church for 9 AM and then it's a 7-hour stint. I'll get dropped back off there at 4 PM. So I have to get up at 7, travel to the other side of Leeds. Let's see what it entails, let's see what they've got for us. Who knows what they're going to have for us. But before we get any of that community rehabilitation on the go, bacon and sausage and a cup of tea from Greg's.
Gotta be done.
Right guys, so I've just come round the corner to hide so I could get a quick bit of footage. So we're currently, hang on here.
A farm.
Kirkstill Valley Farm. So we get here and I'm like, right, what we're doing? And the lady in the van goes, don't worry lads, we're not staying here. We're just sitting here to toss it off for a bit.
What?
Well, I'll have
Did you say toss it off for a bit? That's an interesting turn of phrase. Maybe that's a Leeds thing. Is that like just waste some time? That's crazy. If it's tossing him off, then you know that's weird in itself. But you know, if it's wasting time, that is weird. That he's been taken on community service and they've just taken him to a random farm to sit there for a while.
some of that. We've been here for about 15 minutes. Let's see how long we stay and toss it off here for. But if this is what it's going to be like, it's not too bad.
That is mad.
So we sat in that location for approximately 1 hour.
What?
And then we drove to Tinshill in Leeds to a job that had already been finished. So then we drove from Tinshill all the way here to Morley, where we are now. Did nothing for the first 40 minutes. And then we cleared some pathways and stuff. I'll show you that in a minute if I can. Then News Now Yorkshire turned up. So this is what we're doing here. We're working as a team, so I'm chopping it and he's going along with, what's that tool called again? He's doing the hoeing, now I'm doing the spading.
Well, at least they got some hose while they're in community service. That's pretty cool.
But we've done all of this.
They got tossed off and they got some hose. This has turned out to be a pretty good community service treat. I like this.
All the way up there. We cleaned loads of moss from all over the paths and yeah.
They're doing a good job. I like it. This is really cool. Fair play.
Today's graft.
It's a shame they had to do this because all they did was literally go into their prison shop. Like, this is insane.
Doing stuff now, we had an hour-long dinner break.
But I like it when people clean up streets. Like, I don't know about you, but it's nice to see someone cleaning up. You know what, Marty, you could do this as a video. I would watch it. I'd watch you do this. It's pretty cool.
And now I've decided to do some litter picking. Yes, we do actually get a choice. We'll do some litter picking because my back's aching now, so I'm just going to do this and take it nice and steady away. Hey guys, if you're ever at community service and you need a bit of help, you know what to do, don't you? Ask for some support. So we finished that, guys, at about 3 o'clock. Sat in the van and dossed it off for about an hour and 10 minutes.
Dossed it off. Dossed it off sounds more like that. Seems to make more sense. Dossed it off because you DOS. You're a dosser. You don't do anything. You know what I mean? You DOS in time, but tossing it off, that sounds wrong.
And then we was allowed to let go. So yeah, that's what a day of community service looks like. From what I've been told, it's not always going to be like that. It's going to be a bit more crazy. Sometimes apparently you get these people will make you break your back and you're grafting all day, and sometimes you get some of us that literally don't do absolutely nothing. But we'll learn a bit more as we go on. So that's it, guys. So until the next one, as always, you know what's coming. Stay safe, peace and respect.
That's class. I think this is awesome. I can't wait to watch more of these videos. So if you do want to watch the videos, I will put the link to this playlist in the description. Make sure you go and watch them, and make sure you subscribe to Marty as well. So thanks everyone for watching this video. Thanks Marty for uploading the videos and keeping us all informed about what's been going on with this whole saga, because it's been a crazy ride trying to keep up with everything. So it'd be interesting to see what happened during these times. So thanks everyone. Take care and stay chill. Oh yeah, and don't forget to toss yourself off.